This is Jesse. He fell in love with Cassidy.
I'm a proud trans woman.
Jesse was raised in a strict conservative family.
One thing I was definitely taught was a natural woman is who you're supposed to be with, and if you're with anybody else, you're going to be out of this household and out of this family.
Did you expect him to sound like he's from Brooklyn?
You know, I did.
Why?
He's just got the look about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He has the vibe. He has the look.
Yeah.
So is this gay or not gay?
So gay.
Flaming gay.
Really?
I want to hear the long-haired man talk.
Okay. Well, you want to hear what this beautiful, brave, stunning and brave woman has to say about her transition and why she's married to this Brooklynite? Let's go right ahead.
And their relationship has caused a stir with loved ones.
The main misconception that people have is that he's gay.
I was very apprehensive.
Right.
I didn't know that he was open to having a relationship with a trans girl.
I'm Jesse, and this is my partner Cassidy, who's a trans woman.
Jesse and I met off of Instagram. The first thing I saw was muscles. And so I was like, okay.
Would you be able to tell? If you just saw this person
Yes.
walk, you'd be able to tell why.
Yes.
His hands were engulfing his
The
biceps.
hands. The hands.
Face too.
Yeah, the face
Like,
too.
This guy though, he 100% did not know that she was trans until he slept with her.
He just decided to keep going.
Yeah, like all his buddies were just giving him so much shit, and he's like, "No, I knew. I was doing this on purpose."
It's not because she wasn't telling him to. He just didn't understand. He's like, I'm a trans woman. He's like, all right.
He's just not going to back out of it. He's too proud.
Exactly.
He's just going all the way. Well,
He
we're
might
gonna
still not know. He's
Yeah.
just like,
we're gonna hear the story of how these two lovebirds met. So
I actually messaged her and I let her know that she's beautiful. We were about 3 or 4 messages in, and she said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that, I'm sorry if it changes the dynamic of things, but I'm a trans woman." And I said, No, sweetheart. You don't have to apologize for that. You're just a special kind of woman. It was a beautiful moment, and
He 100% doesn't understand.
he doesn't understand.
how she's a special kind of woman though? How is this gay?
It's just a man. It's a dude.
I honestly think this person's hands are bigger than mine.
I love the labeling of trans woman too. It's like, just call yourself a woman if you're like, why do you want to be known as trans? Just call yourself a woman. That's what you're pretending to be.
Some of them do that.
Yeah,
They
well,
just
that's,
say trans women are women.
yeah, that's better than calling yourself a trans woman and then us being like, no, you're not a woman, because you're not even calling yourself a woman. Like, just go full in if you're gonna go full in,
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that make it any less gay?
No,
No,
it's
not at
still
all.
so gay.
Why do you honestly think he's doing this? Really?
If he doesn't understand, and if the steroids haven't just rotted his brain, I don't know.
Attention.
For this
Yeah,
video.
this exact thing.
They've done other videos where it's just been like an obvious fake relationship. Like there's this one where it's this masculine woman and like a really feminine guy, and it's just like a gay guy and a lesbian, and they're in a quote unquote relationship, and they were obviously not together like a month after the video was dropped. So this is maybe a stunt, but like, how much do you think they paid him if this is fake?
Not enough.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Would you do this for $10,000?
No.
20,000?
No.
30?
You had set the $10. You heard 10. You're like,
All right, let's go in. 100,000.
Make a little video like this?
Yes.
For $100,000?
Yes.
never living that down, dude. That video's out there forever.
That's true. That is true.
You might have to move to Massachusetts.
How much you doing it for?
100,000.
You would do it for
Yeah, you're good
100,000?
with 100,000?
Yeah,
Let's
probably
go.
100,000. I'm not gonna pretend I don't have a price.
How about 90?
No.
95?
No.
It's gotta be 100.
Yeah, it's got to be 100. Then I can be like,
That
well, I
extra
got a
zero
year's.
has to be there.
I got like a nice year's wage in 30 minutes just from doing this stupid video.
Exactly.
And then I'm just going to use the money to invest it somewhere or save it for something, or I'm just going to use it constructively and, you know, wipe away my tears with it. So
We kicked it off ever since.
We faced a lot of judgment when we started our relationship. I think the main misconception that people have with our relationship is that he's gay. I've received the whole load of hate comments, being like, you'll never be a woman, how dare you? A lot of religious comments too, about how I should kill myself, and you're going to hell. So this one says, sir, lipstick and heels doesn't make you a woman. You can't change biology, you can't change chromosomes. You are just an insecure guy who didn't accept his body, so you did plastic surgery. You keep living in your fantasy. It definitely gets to me sometimes, but I can't let it affect my day because I'm used to it. At the beginning of it, I couldn't help but think it was my fault for all the backlash that Jesse was receiving.
whose fault was this?
I'd say it's 100% her fault.
They're both idiots.
Yeah.
I think it's both their faults.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think it's his fault for
Not understanding.
not I don't know, or just taking enough steroids to rot his brain to where he's willing to do this, and I also think it's his fault.
But we persevered through everything, and it was something that really made us stronger.
My upbringing was probably a little more intense than the most. I was brought up around a very masculine family, very toxic masculinity household. I was always taught to act.
Are you a toxic male, Caleb?
Sure.
Probably.
I'd rather be that than have a dude fucking me. It's terrible.
You're okay with being a bigot?
Oh yeah. Over that?
Oh yeah. I was so surprised when those words came out of his mouth. I was like, man, I guess...
Do you think he believes that? Like, because he's, like, closing his eyes and, like, looking away while he's saying that.
He is squinting oddly.
I mean,
he makes
he
some
is
odd
reading
faces.
from a script.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Maybe this was like he was forced to do this, and there's, he's got someone's got like a gun. It's just making him read this stuff off.
If this is a troll, it's like the best troll ever.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It is shocking to hear. You never look at someone like that and you're like, oh man, he's just gonna be worried about toxic masculinity, and being a white male, or whatever.
Act out, be the tough guy. Natural woman is who you're supposed to be with, and that's it. And if you're with anybody else, if you're gay, if you're ever with a trans girl, you're gonna be out of this household and out of this family. My friends and family, at first, they were shocked because the alpha masculine tatted up male is now dating a transgender woman. My family was worried about their reputation, not mine. The whole entire world's gonna know my son's gay. He's dating a trans girl. So we're gonna FaceTime Jordan right now. This is a best friend of mine who's been through with me through all points of my life. So we'll give him a call and see what he has to say, because he was reluctant on our relationship in the beginning. Jordan, what's up?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
So, I wanted to ask you a couple questions about my relationship, because I know it's been a lot. How did you first feel about hearing that I was dating a woman like Cassidy that's trans?
I was, definitely a little shocked and apprehensive. It got blown up back here at home, and knowing you my whole life, I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
One of the first things that probably came out was probably he's gay.
People definitely have that perspective on it. I was just very much confused.
I was confused too. Cassidy educated me and said, no, honey, you're straight. Don't you look at me like a woman? I said, yeah. She's like, so where do you find the word gay? And that's when I realized, yeah, I'm not gay at all. I'm an alpha male that's attracted to femininity, and that's exactly what I got right here.
This guy was just attacking alpha males. And then I guess the most alpha thing to do is to, like, just absolutely go to Pound Town with another dude and his mind. So, in that case, yeah, he's the most alpha male there is.
I think that's pretty alpha. I think it's because it's 100% dude. You know, when you're just going to Pound Town,
Yep.
Instead of it being 50% chick, it's now 100% dude.
All testosterone.
It literally.
Get it out of here.
There's no room for weakness.
I was wondering, like, if they look over, like, photos of them as kids, and he's clearly just a young child, like a young boy, not a girl.
Oh, just imagine looking back in the like family photos or something, and you have a picture of this person, and they're like an 8-year-old boy.
Is that your brother?
Oh, I don't even know how you would like look at that and then be like, oh, this is a good idea.
But he's not gay.
Yeah,
He's not gay.
definitely
This
not.
guy's so straight.
This is the straightest thing I've ever seen, honestly. Caleb.
Do we think it has a dick? Or?
I'm thinking at this point, no.
I'm willing to go with yes.
Yeah, I think it probably does.
Most of them, I think, don't have it.
Like, I feel like if it got the surgery, he would break up with it.
Oh. So there's another. He might have ulterior motives that
Yeah.
Maybe.
are
Yeah.
perhaps
He's
not
just
so alpha.
He's just a boob guy.
Okay,
But he
yeah.
loves
But-
men.
yeah, but there's
Yep.
but there are no boobs here.
Well, there's at least fake ones.
Yeah.
I don't.
Some silicone.
This looks pretty flat.
Oh, I saw some fake ones.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of hearing that Jesse was dating a trans girl?
I didn't know that he was open to having a relationship with a trans girl. So it was shocking to me at first. And it was new for all of us, but when I saw how happy Jesse was, all my transgressions went out the window.
Yeah.
And I realized it doesn't matter to me. It's what makes Jesse happy.
I really appreciate you, Jordan, for seeing me as I am and not what other people say about me and what other people project onto me.
Like I said, Jesse's happiness is what matters to me.
Awesome, Jordan. You're the best.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you. You know I love you since day one. And ain't nothing ever gonna change over here.
No doubt, bro. I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
It's been amazing seeing my best friends eventually come around, and my mother and some of my uncles and aunts. It's truly
And I
amazing.
never had that, somebody's family give me that type of love and appreciation before.
I will. I guess I was wrong, and there are boobs. You know. we don't know whose are bigger, but they're there.
Definitely got some massive gyno going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Could you imagine that though? Like, well, you don't have any brothers. Neither of you do.
I have a brother.
You do have a brother. And he just brought an individual home.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
And this is
Live
happening.
it down.
Oh, you'd never.
I already say I have 4 sisters, so if he was actually, it'd be the best thing for me comedically in my life.
Just start a career off of this.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of, it's interesting because they had all these values, and then eventually he just decided to do this, and now they kind of like folded. They're like, oh well, whatever. Like, we're just gonna live with this now, even though we thought this was wrong previously, we're just gonna accept it. Like, I think this is some where a hard line would have to be drawn in the sand. You're like, all right, we can't really entertain all this.
And his brother was definitely not just like on the first phone call, like, oh my, I'm gonna have to think about this.
Yeah.
Get over my transgressions. He was definitely not doing that. And I'd love to see them, the couple, the nice young couple there, in a fight, and like what goes on.
What he would say.
Yeah.
You
You have so much to say.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I know you would ever.
They have so much to say back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is so much ammunition
Oh
here.
my word, both sides too.
My dick's bigger than yours.
Oh, that'd be brutal. That'd be. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Getting emasculated by this individual, this transformer.
I always knew I was a woman. I started transitioning when I was 14, and at that time it was not spoken about. And I had to do it in the safety and the privacy of my room, my bedroom. And that was the only time when I got to be myself. I have found it definitely hard to date as a trans woman. Guys, most of the time, I don't think is ready to put that out there in the world where it's something that they see or their family sees as taboo or something that's non-traditional, and it's been really hard to go through that. My family reacted to the relationship, I think, more cautious than anything from what I've dealt with in the past.
Imagine having a son, and then, like, he's born, you play catch with him, you're raising him from this young age, and then, like, 25 to 30 years in the future, he's just getting swung around on the beach by another man like that.
I don't know how much catch was going on between this man and his father if he turned into a woman. But there's a lot of neglect going on there.
That's probably a fair point. That's probably a fair point. A little too much
Raise
love
your
for
children
that
up
kid.
in the way they should go, and this one was clearly not raised up in that way if it's now masquerading as a woman.
Oh, you don't think a whole lot of catch is going on?
No.
Okay.
I feel like there's too much mom time with that.
Too
that
much
young
mom
boy.
time. Yeah. I imagine the boomer or whoever raised this person was, I mean, there probably wasn't enough catch going on, but, like, they probably didn't expect this to be the result. Like, this is probably out of left field or something. Mm-hmm. And the way things are going, because it's something like 1 in 4 people in our generation or something, it's just ballooning. It's just exploding. Like, I honestly think in the future, you won't be able to stop this. You can do everything right, and the result will still be this. So.
Well, if the society just pushes, like femininity, whatever that word is,
femininity,
whatever, onto everyone. So like you think that's how you should be, and that's like the best way to be, is to act like a woman.
I've actually heard that too. That a lot of these people, you'll go on like Reddit or something where it's just them posting in their own little community, and they'll say like, "Oh, I used to be like the guy girls felt safe around." Or something, or they hated being male, and then this was the result after a while. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely some sort of pipeline going on.
That's not even going to talk about the effect that maybe porn had on this.
Oh yeah.
A tatted up, biker. They were like, "Cassidy, what are you doing?" And I was like, "No, like you have to meet him. Like you have to, see him and feel his energy."
Cassidy's changed my life for the better because she is slowly helping remove the hate that's been instilled in me since a kid.
Just knowing that I have somebody that fully supports me, no matter what I do, he's always there for me.
Our message is, don't be scared to embrace who you love. Because if I was still scared to let it out to this world, I would be hiding everything that is so beautiful about us. But instead, I let it out there.
Throughout our hardships and throughout us being judged so much in our relationships, we want to show that it's still possible to live a happy relationship and not even care about what people think.
I am so glad that's over.
Yeah.
I am so glad that's over.
Do you not think he's a biker, Seth? Are you doubting his biker credentials?
I don't think he's a biker.
Okay.
I don't think he's a biker.
He might go alone if he does it. I don't know if he's allowed in any of the gangs.
What biker club would accept this?
His biker club that he made just now.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody will join.
Well, all the other alpha
Just
men that are brave enough to be out with trans women. But are also concerned about that is such a huge contradiction. How can you say you're alpha but then also be worrying about toxic masculinity?
Let's just think he's alpha in his own mind.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's what counts. Just.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
it's also such a beta thing to do to be obsessed over it if you're an alpha or not too. So
Yeah.
So true. So true.
Isn't it weird that like people actually talk like this now? That he just said that like it was just a normal thing to say.
Like
do you go around and say, "Oh, he looks so alpha"?
Ironically.
Well, yeah, as a joke. But did he say that ironically? No, he actually thinks of himself as like, he walks into a room and with his size 13 shoes that is
that he's borrowing from his wife husband.
It's just pure delusion is all it is. It's pure delusion.
Imagine he comes in the room, he's like, "Oh, that's a lot of pink on those shoes." And he's like, "Yeah, I borrowed them from my wife." You got a problem with it?
Walks in wearing high heels.
I'm just brave. That's what this is.
I'm a real man.
Oh.
No, she is.
Well, I don't know. I think that just about wraps it up for everything we have to say about this beautiful couple.
This is just the end signs of a pure decline of society.
Yeah.
It's like this is being shoved out. And how many views does this video have?
I think several tens of thousands, like probably 61,000 or higher. Huh?
Probably.